is asking construct fourth array and determine the stability of the system represented by the characteristic equation. S power 5 is equal to S power 5 plus S power 4 plus 2 S power 3 plus 3S plus S is equal to 0. Comment on the location of the roots of the characteristic equation. And here what they are asking is, here they have provided the characteristic equation, which is this, and they're asking for the stability and also the location, whether it's right side of the S plane or left side of the S plane. We have to decide based on the solution we are gonna have. Okay, first let's note down the characteristic equation. So the solution for this is first write the characteristic equation, which is given by this. So the characteristic equation is given by S power 5 plus S power 4 plus 2S cube plus 3S plus S is equal to 0. And here we have to look at the powers. We have to make sure all the powers are there from 5 to 0. So first, if you are looking at this here we have, okay, this one is a 5. Okay. We have fifth power, fourth power, third power, and first power 1 and power 0. Okay, so from that one we can create the table. Here S power 5, S power 4, S power 3, S power 2, S power 1, S power 0. Okay, only first two term we write directly, and after that we have to do the calculations. So first, if I am taking the S power 5, I have to look at all the odd numbers. So 5 is odd number, 3 is odd number, 5, 3, and a 1. Okay, and if I am looking at even number, that is the 4 is the even number, and S power 0 has okay, I'm missing something here. I'm missing a power 2 here, and in the question there's a power 2, I missed it. So this is 2S cube and 2S square also there. So this is 2S square right here, plus 3S plus 5. So I had to look at odd number 5, 3, 1, even numbers 4, 2, 0. So I had to look at that like that and list it over here. So if I'm looking at odd numbers, first we have a 5, and then we have a, no, I have to look at the coefficient. So first we have a 1, the coefficient in front of S power 5 is 1, and then S power 3 is 2, and the coefficient in front of S power 1 is 3. And if I'm looking at the even numbers, in front of S power 4 we have the 1 coefficient, and then in front of 2 we have 2 coefficient, and then in front of 0 we have 5 coefficient. And what we do next is we have to multiply this one by this, and this one by this, and divide by whatever here. So if we do for the first one, let me use a different color for this. So here 1 times 2 minus 2 times 1 divided by 1. So 1 times 2 is 2, 2 times 1 is 2, so 2 minus 2 divided by 1, which is, we can also write the equation here. So if I want to write S3 is nothing but 1 times 2 minus 2 times 1, 2 times 1 divided by this term right here, that is 1. So which is 2 minus 2, which is 0, divided by 1, which is 0. For 0 we can just write epsilon for the zeros. Okay, so this is 0 right here, and other term, these two terms like this. So here what you have to do is 1 times 3. Now what you have to do is 1 times 3, 1 times 5 minus 1 times 5 divided by whatever the term here, So here again 1 times 3 minus 5 times 1 divided by 1, which is 3 minus 5, negative 2. So we put the minus 2 right here. And then for the next one, exactly same thing. Now we only have 2 term, and if we don't have anything, we put a 0 for this. So again, first term we multiply this one with this and minus this one with this divided by whatever term here. So if I take s square, for that one first we multiply 2 times epsilon and then minus 2 times 1, that's minus 2 right here, divided by the epsilon, which will give us 2 epsilon plus 2 divided by epsilon. 2 epsilon plus 2 divided by epsilon. And for this one, epsilon times 5, epsilon times 5 minus 1 times 0, which is 0, divided by epsilon times 5, 1 times 0 divided by epsilon. So 5 and minus 0 mean nothing. So epsilon, 5 epsilon of epsilon, epsilon cancels. We just end up getting 5 for this. If you look at s power 1 here, s power 1, we do the same thing. We multiply this one by this and this one by this, and the other term we can get rid of it because that is like multiplying by 0, 0 divided by 5, and that means nothing. So after that we can get rid of the third term. If we just multiply this one by this, then this is like 2 epsilon plus 2 divided by epsilon times negative 2, and then minus 5 epsilon, the whole term divided by 2 epsilon plus 2 divided by epsilon. Okay, if you simplify this one, you have to do calculation and simplify this one, you're going to end up having, I'm writing for s power 1, you're going to end up having negative 5 epsilon square plus 4 epsilon plus 4 divided by 2 epsilon plus 2. Okay, that is for the s power 1. And for the s power 0, for the s power 0, what you do is you multiply this one with 5, and then here we have 0 here, since on the other side we have 0. 0 times this is 0, and then that one divided by this whole term, which means this one in the numerator and denominator cancels each other, and we will only end up getting 5 here. Okay, so that is it. And now what we have to do is we have to substitute 0 for all the epsilons and write it in a new table. Okay, let's bring the term again. So we have s power 5, s power 4, s power 3, s power 2, s power 1, and s power 0. And here 1, 1, and instead of epsilon I put 0. 1, let me use a different color. So 1, 1, instead of epsilon I put a 0. And the next term we have is 2 epsilon plus 2 over epsilon. So here 2 epsilon means 2 times 0, that is 0, and then plus 2 divided by epsilon, 2 divided by epsilon 0. If you divide a number by a 0, that becomes infinity. So this one becomes infinity right here. And after that, for this one we substitute 0. So this one 0, this one 0, 4 divided by this one also 0. So 4 divided by 2 and a negative sign in front, which means that's 2, but since we have negative sign in front, that's negative 2. And then s power 0, here we don't have anything to substitute, just a number. We grab that and put it here. Okay, and other sides remains the same. 2 2 minus 2 5, 2 2 minus 2 5, and then we have 3 5 0, 3 5 only. Okay, so this is what we end up getting. Now what we can do is we can analyze the stability. Whenever you see a negative sign and a positive sign, that's automatically unstable if you see anywhere. So here we have a negative 2 here and positive values here, which means and also we have to look at after the first two terms. We have to look at only these four terms, and we have to see how many times, like do we have a positive and a negative number? Yes. Okay, so which means this is unstable. We can say result in first column there are two sign changes. Two sign changes therefore the system is unstable. Okay, and also if you look at the question, they have asked comment on the location of the root of the characteristic equation, which means we have to look at right side of the plane or left side of the plane, which depends on how many sign changes we have. So here we have infinity, that's a positive, and infinity to negative 2, 1 sign change, and the negative 2 to 5, that's a 2 sign changes. So it means if we have 2 sign changes, those two are in the right half of the plane, S plane. So we can mention that one here. Sign changes. Therefore, two roots are lying on right half on the S plane. And the rest of them will be in the left half. So we can say rest of the 3 roots are lying on the left half S plane. Lying on left half of the S plane. Okay, and that is it for this question. I hope you guys found this video helpful. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe my channel. See you guys on my next video.